So there's a lot of great exercises out there, and it can be a little confusing which ones are the best ones. So in this video, I'm going to cover some of the movements and exercises that I think are essential, pretty much no matter who you are. Things that I think everybody should be doing on a regular basis. For me, these are things that I do at least once a week, almost year round. And every one of these I consider to be a game changer. Something that even if you only do one of these, you're going to get much better results in your fitness and movement plan. So it's going to be kind of a casual video. Just going to follow along. I'm going to go through 6 of them. Six, how many? That many. And we're going to get started. So the first one is ground movements. Yes, all you need for ground movement is a little bit of space. So this is everything from kneeling to sitting to rolling and rocking, and hopefully the mic doesn't get all crazy here. Rocking on your back, maybe some rolls. Just a lot of different things that we can do on the ground, and every one of these movements is super beneficial for us. In my opinion, you can and should do a little bit of ground movement every day, even if it's just some floor sitting. You will get a lot of benefits out of it. One of the reasons why people struggle on the ground, especially as we get older, is because we don't do it on a regular basis. We stop doing it, and therefore we get tight and we get weak and our muscles atrophy, and things become less flexible. And then it's like all of a sudden really hard to just sit on the floor comfortably. And so just by doing that, by incorporating it into your life, like, okay, I'm gonna sit on the floor in my quiet time instead of on the couch. Or when I check text messages, I'm gonna do it just in a kneeling position or maybe in a stretching position on the ground. Maybe you have a favorite show that you like to watch, or you're surfing YouTube or whatever, and you can do that on the ground. And so this is something that's so easy to incorporate into your life, makes a really effective warm-up before any vigorous exercise, and there are hundreds of ground movements to choose from. So, I mean, sitting, kneeling, squatting, all these different positions, transitions, rolling, rocking, you name it, you can do it on the ground, and you should be doing some ground movement. So from there, if we work our way up the chain, what's next? A little bit of crawling. Crawling can be a game changer. There are many different ways to crawl. You got your crab walk, you've got your bear crawl. You can crawl really high like that. You can crawl really low. Hopefully I don't bang the mic. There's lots of different techniques for crawling, and everybody should be doing some crawling on a regular basis. Super good for your core strength and coordination. Really good for your shoulder stability, mobility. Same thing with your hips. Really, really good for you. Really hard to overdo. It's something that you could practice almost every day. And if you push the frequency and the volume and the intensity, you can get a great conditioning workout from it. Something great to work into a superset or a circuit. Also great to use as a warm-up if you're trying to prepare for more vigorous exercise. There's lots of different ways to crawl, and we should all be crawling on a semi-regular basis, maybe every day. So what do you do when you want to go from ground movement to standing? Get-ups, right? Lots of different ways to get up and down from the ground, and it becomes very important as we get older to be able to do that in a variety of ways. They've actually showed a correlation between one's ability to get up with ease with your all-cause mortality. Basically, the easier it is for you to get up and down from the ground, the longer or the more likely it is that you're going to live for a long time. And so there's lots of different get-up techniques. I can show you a couple here. We'll show you the squat get-up first, like that. There's a cross sit or cross squat get-up, like the Indian style get-up, like that. There's a lot of others, but we should all be practicing get-ups on a regular basis. One of the more commonly known ones in the fitness world is the Turkish Getup. So I got this kettlebell out. It's normally done with a kettlebell or dumbbell sometimes. Some people do it with a barbell because they're like showing off, but I'll just show you what a Turkish Getup looks like. So you can add load to these and make them really a significant strength challenge, core challenge, if you want. And all the other ones I just showed you, you can also load up as well. And so get-ups, really great, really effective exercise, something that we should all be doing on a regular basis, and also works as a great warm-up. Maybe like you're just one of those strength athletes or endurance athletes, and you're like, I'm not really into this movement stuff. This stuff works great for cross training, for warm-ups, for conditioning. And so even if you just Do it for a few minutes a week. The benefits are going to go a long way. So get-ups. So once you're up, what should you do? Well, maybe some balance training. Balance training sounds really boring, but it's actually a game changer for a lot of reasons. So I've got a beam right here. You do not need a beam. You can balance anywhere that you can stand. There's a lot of different drills that you can do for balancing. And if you struggle with balance, it's really good to start there. But I recommend, as soon as you can, get a 2x4 board or some kind of a beam. It doesn't have to be like constructed like this. You can literally lay a piece of lumber down on the ground, just so you're elevated a couple of inches. And you can walk forwards, you can walk backwards, you can walk sideways. You can change your, I can't think of the word, but your, where you are and really having a hard time thinking, brain hard. But you can squat down and up. You can turn around. So I'll show you a cross reverse. I'll show you a pivot reverse. You can do, you just saw what I did is some counterbalancing with my leg. You can do these split squat reverses, for example. You can balance while you're crawling, like so. You can do some, there's a tripod get-up technique that you can also do a tripod transition here on the rail. There's a lot of different skills that you can do with balance, and it's super good for you. Super good for your mobility, your stability, all these joints all throughout your legs that take a beating all throughout our lifetimes and get all this wear and tear. And it's really good for, obviously, the muscles, the connective tissues. So balance training, something that we should all be doing, something that you could do almost every day, and works great as a way to rest between more vigorous exercise. So maybe you do a heavy set of squats or whatever, and as part of that recovery, instead of just sitting on the bench for the next 3 to 5 minutes, spend some time balancing. Even if it's just 30 seconds, it goes a really long way. So balance, great. You know what you could do? While you're also standing up, you can lift things. Lifting, especially lifting things off of the ground, is another game-changing movement that I think we don't pay enough attention to. We tend to think of lifting in like a bodybuilding context where we're on machines or against benches, but simply lifting something, like deadlifting something off of the ground, is a really important skill. It's something that we do probably almost every day. And over the years, if we don't use proper mechanics, proper technique, that can increase the wear and tear on our body. And so learning how to lift something, especially something heavy or awkward, in a safe and efficient way is really, really important. That way, when you go to get all 17 grocery bags or, carry that it's not heavy, it's awkward thing, you know how to brace your core, you know how to use your leg drive, you know how to keep everything doing what it should be doing to maximize the safety, the performance, minimize energy expenditure, things like that. And so you start with your basic deadlift. You can learn a lot of other techniques too. You can learn lapping. You might have seen this in strongman training. You don't have to be a strongman person to learn how to lap. You can come up to here to like a waist or a chest carry. There's different clean techniques, for example, like that. And then there's many different opportunities to press overhead. I think I keep hitting the mic. Sorry about that, guys. But lifting, very important skill. Game changer if you learn it and apply it regularly, especially in everyday life. And of course, you can use it in a more traditional strength and conditioning context with barbells, with sandbags, kettlebells, what have you. That's all great. I'm all for lifting. So once you've lifted something, you know what else you can do? And this might be the biggest game changer out of all of these. It's kind of, for me, it's a tie between this one and ground movement. Like which one will have the most immediate and broad effects in your health and your fitness and your movement. And it's either ground movement or weighted carries. Now, I first heard about weighted carries like, gosh, I don't know, 20 years ago from this guy named Dan John. He's this like old-time strength coach. Interviewed him a long time ago. And he said that in all his years working with athletes, loaded carries were like the single biggest contributor to getting better athletic results, more than any other tool or method he had tried. And so there's a lot of different ways that we can carry things. The point is that we should do that regularly, and we should learn how to do it efficiently so that we're not actually hurting ourselves by carrying something in an inefficient or unsafe way. So I've got my ultimate sandbag here, so I'll do my deadlift into my lapping position, come under here, stand up with it into this chest carry position. I've got it locked in with the gable grip. And yeah, I'm just walking around. Don't have too far I can go here in my basement. But I can go here from a chest carry. I can move it up to a shoulder carry, for example. You can carry things overhead. You can carry things in your hand. Both hands would be a farmer walk. Make sure I'm not crushing the mic. So weighted carries are super effective for building strength and conditioning. You can do it with a lot of different tools. Sandbags are my favorite, but you can use the ball. You can use a kettlebell, dumbbell, barbells, rocks. I have rocks out in my yard. Heavy backpack full of books. So weighted carries, if you are not doing those on a regular basis, you are missing out. I like to use them as kind of a finisher at the very end of my sessions, my strength and conditioning sessions, to just carry something heavy, moderate to heavy as far as I possibly can. So I believe that's all 6. And I know this was kind of a quick down and dirty video, but every single one of these movements, exercises is super effective for improving fitness, conditioning, and I think even in and of itself, if you just pick one of these, it's going to be a game changer for you and your results. Guess what happens when you put them all together? You integrate all of these into your routine, great things are going to happen. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would love a like, would love a subscribe, and let me know what the next video is that you would like me to make. Thank you, and let's make it a great day.